I shall proceed to do a marvelous work among them, that I may remember my covenants which I have made unto the children of men, that I may set my hand again the second time to recover my people, which are of the house of Israel. Know ye not that there are more nations than one? Know ye not that I, the Lord your God, have created all men, and that I remember those who are upon the isles of the sea, and that I rule in the heavens above, and in the earth beneath, and I bring forth my word unto the children of men, yea, even upon all the nations of the earth? Know ye not that the testimony of 2 nations is a witness unto you that I am God, that I remember one nation like unto another? Wherefore I speak the same words unto one nation like unto another. And when the 2 nations shall run together, the testimony of the 2 nations shall run together also. And I do this, that I may prove unto many that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and that I speak forth my words according to mine own pleasure. And because that I have spoken one word, ye need not suppose that I cannot speak another. For my work is not yet finished, neither shall it be until the end of man, neither from that time henceforth and forever. Wherefore, because that ye have a Bible, ye need not suppose that it contains all my words, neither need ye suppose that I have not caused more to be written. For I command all men, both in the east and in the west, and in the north and in the south, and in the islands of the sea, that they shall write the words which I speak unto them. For out of the books which shall be written I will judge the world, every man according to their works, according to that which is written. For behold, I shall speak unto the Jews, and they shall write it. And I shall also speak unto the Nephites, and they shall write it. And I shall also speak unto the other tribes of the house of Israel, which I have led away, and they shall write it. And I shall also speak unto all nations of the earth, and they shall write it. And it shall come to pass that the Jews shall have the words of the Nephites, and the Nephites shall have the words of the Jews, and the Nephites and the Jews shall have the words of the lost tribes of Israel, and the lost tribes of Israel shall have the words of the Nephites and the Jews. And it shall come to pass that my people, which are of the house of Israel, shall be gathered home unto the lands of their possessions, and my word also shall be gathered in one.
The prophet speaks of a stone that should be cut out of the mountain without hands, which will roll forth and smite the great image, become a mountain, and fill the whole earth. This will be done by Israel's God, and no power or government, not all the power of earth and hell combined, can stay its progress. This is the work of God, not of man. It is not by this man nor that man that this will be brought about. It is by the power of Jehovah. No other power can accomplish these things. He makes use of men to accomplish certain objects he has in view, and will bring about his purposes in his own way and when it pleases him. He can take the weak things of this earth, the base things and the things that are not, to bring to naught the things that are, that no flesh may glory in his presence. It was God and God alone that did these things. The Lord in one place says by his prophet, I will take them, one of a city and 2 of a family, and bring them to Zion, and I will give them pastors after my own heart, that will feed them with knowledge and understanding. There are many similar prophecies in the Scriptures, pointing out the day in which we live, but men pass lightly over them, as they do over many other things of great importance to the human family. But there certainly is a significance in these expressions. If these events have not already transpired, they certainly will yet come to pass. If God has said he would take 1 of a city and 2 of a family and gather them to Zion and give them pastors to feed them, there must be a time when these things will be accomplished. Among other things communicated to Joseph Smith was that the people were to gather together, and there is a general impulse and feeling of this kind prevalent among this people. They scarcely know by what influence they are dictated and controlled. Nevertheless, this feeling is among the saints in foreign lands as well as here. The feeling there is a strong impulse and desire to come here, while in this place there is a desire to help them to come. Hence the feeling is reciprocal and a part of the gospel, a little of that leaven which Jesus referred to in his day, which leaveneth the whole lump.
If we read the scriptures, if we read the Torah, If we read the books they give the stake presidents and the bishoprics, you just read the books and they talk about these things. How is it possible that you are the only ones with the priesthood, the only staff able to hold up the teepee? If it's telling you another staff may come along that's capable of holding up the teepee. Now, we know when we build a teepee that it takes 3 staffs to hold up a teepee. Not 2, not 1. It takes 3. And we know, how important those are, that these 3 poles, that when they're bound together, they make a tripod that has a specific meaning. We know that together, these 3 fortify the structure of the house of the mother's children. We know that these 3 poles represent obedience, respect, and humility. And so therefore, we know that as we look to the world, we knew that the Creator had given authority to others, those at the same time as us, and those at the end times to help us stand up again as a house, a family of the Creator. These 3 poles have to stand as one to be able to combine the other poles that each have their own purpose, their own responsibility, but they can't execute their responsibility if the 3 poles don't stand as one. And that's always been the message of the Creator. And so the poles teach us that no matter the version of the Great Spirit we believe in, so we obey the Creator from the many directions and belief systems, because we know there's only one source of all things. He changed the languages, so when we meet somebody and they give us a sound that sounds different than ours, we write down the attributes and we say, oh, it's the same. We don't say you have to accept my sound when they're the same person. We just have different journeys to get there. And where the poles come out together is at the top. They create a cross at the top. And they also resemble a bird with its wings up when it comes to the land. And that's another teaching, that the Spirit comes to land with its wings up. And so, I'd like to walk through how we build a teepee. We don't just go take sticks, rock them all together, and then say, oh, wrap it and walk away. It is a teaching that is symbolic. And in every village that we had, which is why when we were displaced from our cities and we went to these, we remembered, maybe we just will stay with these, because we'll remember the teachings enough until our pleas and cries are answered by the Creator. The Jews of Israel who were on the other continent, the Jews that are on this continent that had their authority given to them, by resurrected hands. And then those who are new people brought in the last days, in the latter days, who would lean against us to help us stand. Before the Latter-day Saints came, we were just 2 poles flopping and falling all over the place, getting tossed around. Help us build the house of the Lord, which starts first with uniting our hearts again as one house, one family. And it's not going to happen unless we do it together.
Wisdom, understanding, and kindness. That's the 3 fires. Our story starts with the creation and with the mother of all nations, who called herself the fruit that covers the earth. And she did that because the Creator, he called them names, but he also commanded them to name all things on the earth, even themselves. And the man called himself kindness, Midegah, and the woman called herself, she said, I'm like the strawberry. I cover the earth. And she called herself the fruit of life that covers the earth, Odeamin. Now, language may seem different, but that's because we have a story of a tower. And when the tower fell, but just because the sound is different The meaning in the heart is the same, the same. And so we had this story, and then there's a flood, right? And we end up where we're at after the flood, through this journey that I just talked through. Now, I can tell you something that's real truth about our people. This is actually the symbol of the path of the heart. It's two overlapped stars. You see this in all Indian blankets across North America. We walk the vision of the Creator following the 7 teachings. Okay, and we can do that because we're a spirit in a body. You say Ojibwe, and we can do that because we're a spirit connected to the Creator, and more of us is with the Creator and not here. This is toes dipped in the water, but that's all of us at all times. 3 in 1. We're wisdom, understanding, and kindness.
Yeah, that's Chachma Bina Das, basically. Chesed, actually, Chachma Bina Chesed.
There's a lot of so many similarities that you are not.
I understood. I understood a lot of similarities.
So we don't say religion. We say a spiritual walk with the Creator called Midegah we win. And when we walk that, we're Midu. Midegah we win means trail of kindness. And Midu means I am kindness. So what was written was not more important than what was oral. What was written ties you to what is oral. Now, this is very similar to the Hebrew alphabet. What is written is not the full story. There's a message within it, and we were the same. And so this is actually a song that we have that we carried down from the first man who stood on a mountain. And he told the Creator, and we carried this, and this is sacred to us, and it's never gone away. And it was an honor to see the symbols and what they mean. And I want to tell you about this man. He stood there and said, I did it. I am a spirit in here crying out, and all will hear my cry, because the Creator is in the air, in the sky, so that the day is clear, so that we can have love. And me walking on the earth is a sign that it's going to be okay, because I am the strongest love, because the Creator told me. And the great Creator in the sky sees me always, so I use my heart, my medicine bag, my spirit bag, to touch the Creator always by walking with my heart. Because I am the strongest love, because the Creator told me. This is what he said, and we carry this. And we were the first people, the Anishinaabe, those spirit lowered to the earth is what we call ourselves. The first ones to come into North America following the flood. This is our story. We follow 7 grandfather teachings. It is the core of who we are, called Midegah we win, the path of the heart, or kindness. So we have wisdom, respect, humility, honesty, truth, courage, and love. To have the wisdom to know there's one Creator of all things. To show respect to that Creator in all things, because we know that's true. Because everything came from Him. We have the humility, because we know the Creator made mankind in His image. The Spirit is within us, so we don't take human life. And to show honesty, and because we are honest with these truths, so we must honor the things given to us, such as our family and our community. We should speak truth, that if that's true, all things, plants and animals, water and sky also come from the Creator. So we should honor these things, and the gifts the Creator gives to some are not yours to take away. And to have courage, the courage to live your teachings every single day, meaning protect your body. This is your temple, your vessel upon this earth. Courage to walk the path as an Ojibwe, a spirit in a body, and don't get mistaken with the sound. Because when the tower fell, all our language changed, but the meaning in the heart stays the same. And to show love, because we know all these things to be true. And what is love? All of these truths enable you to dwell with equity and justice with each other. And so when we say that these things are true, then truly your Creator is my Creator. You're my brother, and I'm your brother.
I love it. That's great.
like, when they see it happening, they're like, oh my God, that's crazy. So, yes. I will be there in about an hour. I'm subbing at the checks, okay?
Yeah, Unashamed Vision in Crown Heights stands with Israel and the 7 teachings of the Creator.
Stands with Israel.
You say blessed and bread together? You all say with me? Yes. Blessed are you, Creator. Blessed are you, Creator.
Blessed are you, Creator,
Who brought forth bread from the ground.
who brought forth bread from the ground.
And we'll cut a slice for everyone to have.
So,
Wonderful. Oh, just wonderful. When I was with the men who were committed to the Creator, I immediately knew that our men will be the same. We will.
The Creator gave us the food. That's the first point. And from there on, it's us being able to share it together. So we can all eat the same bread together. We can all sit at the same table, and we can all share the same teachings because they came from our one grandfather Noah and Adam, and we're just here to live even within our own cultures. It's in those same teachings. It's a salmon, and it's not from a different type of fish, so that actually has the a special significance.
I'm talking about what's right outside of us and connected to the Creator, and it's more of us than the toe that's dipped in the water. And I believe that if I just keep talking that way, and we all do, and keep being who you are, that you will willfully inspire others, because in their heart, and I believe this with all my heart, that the heartbeat in us, there's something in those 4 chambers. It's called the medicine wheel. It's the circle of unity. And you know what? And this, I'll close with this, and this is important. There was one mother in the beginning. One. And her heartbeat was the first sound that the first child heard in her womb and felt. And it's been continuing that drumbeat, that sacred red road, all the way to today. And as long as you keep speaking the truth, the Creator will do the rest. Hashem will do the rest.
I'm happy to hear your optimism, but I'm not sure either if your views or your optimism is shared by 7 billion people around the world. Now, again, the good book does tell us that you are a minority amongst nations, and yet truth will prevail. And if you talk about the portion of the Bible that we're now studying in our synagogues and in our homes, you know, God tells Abraham clearly that all the nations of the world will use you as a symbol of blessing. You should be like Abraham, and all the blessings go along. But I'm not sure you're going to get all those 7 billion people to read the Bible to begin with and be as smart as you and I.
Here's why I am optimistic. Because my Creator can birth a life in 1 day or in 9 months or in 2 years, because it's His decision. My Creator can take a single drop of water and tell that drop of water an entire continent will flourish because of you. Have faith, continue your journey, and many more drops of water bring the rain. I believe it's going to happen.
By the way, my point was that I wasn't speaking for myself when I said about those who don't, you know, have optimism or belief.
Those who don't deserve miracles sometimes get miracles, and sometimes those who are a miracle themselves.
I'm concerned about those of us who do deserve miracles. I'd like to see those miracles. In Yiddish, as an expression, "Schein Zeit." It's time, God. You know, it's time for you to show your glory. So we'll follow the 7 universal laws, and we'll follow our 613 laws, and we'll try our best. I've seen the misjustice that you speak of, okay, on more than one level. I've seen it for my people, but I've also seen it for your people. and other people. And my prayer is, because as you get older, you sometimes talk to the elders, we sometimes lose a little bit faith. We're saying, will we make things? Therefore we wait. This is one of my sons. We hope that the next generation will pick it up while we're still alive and give us more energy to carry it forward. But it is crazy. It's probably the best country in the world, probably. But we ourselves have a far way to go, unfortunately. And that, I believe, is one of the callings of the Rebbe of the 7 universal principles of mitzvot. It says, hey, if we did go back to our source, and we did believe in one God, and we did have respect for each other, and did recognize that you, as I, was created by the same creator and the same energy, yeah, maybe things would really change in this country. And again, I thank you for coming. It's a shame that we can't spend more time. Maybe someday we'll meet on the steps of Capitol Hill.
So thank you, because we're home. In our language, we have a saying of a man walking on steps, and it says there's so much lost medicine, which is love, to cry for. We want this back. And those words are Mashiach Kink Misuya Kink. And I hope that you understand we're bringing the medicine back, which is kindness and love.
Okay. So I'll just say one word. First of all, thank you to the wonderful people who have been here today. Elder Solomon, Sherry Cardinal, David Taylor, my dear friend for 2 years. Jared, thank you so much, James. Thank you so much for being here. Mm-hmm. And in behalf of all of the Anishinaabe, we are signing a proclamation here to honor our one creator, recognize one creator, the 7 grandfather teachings, the 7 commandments of Noah that were given to all people, all humanity. We must live the path of the creator, and that's how we will find peace. And we're going towards this 8th fire era of redemption, and it's coming very soon. We need to prepare. We need to prepare ourselves by acting the right way and by sharing the 7 universal principles with everyone. And we're going to go take this proclamation to all indigenous tribes across the world. And we're going to bring it from there to every government, every structure that exists in society, and tell them that our laws and our society must be based on the 7 universal principles. Only then will we find peace. Only then will the strife and the wars cease to exist. And the Jews have carried this message for thousands of years, and the Anishinaabe have as well. And we come together to share this with the world. Thank you for standing with the Jewish people at this time of strife and challenge in the world. And we stand with you. Thank you very much. We'll be doing signing now. I will sign for myself, and then everyone else, I'll do some of these sign for yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's sitting. Sign, buddy. Job, Solomon. Not the sign, but they will look at it later. Thank you very much. That's right.
Miigwech? That means thank you from my heart.
The heart is a heart. So it's nice to meet you. Shalom. Welcome to Brooklyn.
Thank you. It is an honor to be here. You find yourself in an end place with many others, as if there's something you had to do. When we stand there at that house upon the mountain where the Creator will dwell, and that's our great job, is to meet Him there. Say Chi Miigwech. Thank you.
A new starting point now. And when we work together, we accomplish much more than we could accomplish on our own.
That's right.
We call it watershed moment.
Thank you so much for joining, and I live from Israel, and I know it's the words you said. Sherry said before. You said time is of essence, right? I remember you said that. We don't have time to wait. We have to spread the message about the 7 teachings. We have to spread the message about being kindness and being together.
What we're planning to do at the proclamation is to get it signed by tribal nations from all 6 continents. There's this place that calls itself the United Nations, and yet it doesn't involve all nations. And I think the only way that they'll realize that is if another group of many nations from 6 continents stand at their doorstep and say, we have a message for you. And that's that kindness is the power and peace. And right now, before all is lost, right now, before charred earth becomes the only earth our generations will have. You need to start thinking, speaking, and acting with wisdom, respect, humility, honesty, truth, courage, and love. And if humanity is a great creation by God on this earth, by God, you should respect human life.